boy, talk about a long time. Did y'all miss me? Of course, as always, the resident dweller of the underworld, Dark Anubis, and it has been quite a few days since I posted a video. Did a little bit of streaming over the weekends, of course our sussy sessions, but it's been a minute, and I figured why not start the videos back off with something a little bit interesting. I've already done a lot of different troop combinations, a lot of different fun challenges. Today we're going to be taking on Dr. T Volcano Island using one boat at a time, additionally adding to each other, something along those lines, if that makes sense. Basically, so the first boat will start off with riflemen, then the second stage will be riflemen and heavies, then riflemen, heavies, Zookas, and so on and so forth. The only two caveats to this is on stage 7, we can use the hero of our choice, being Dr. Kavan, and we're going to use a random boat of a troop of our choice. And of course, we're going to go with the overpowered bombas. Now, let me know in the comments if that doesn't sit right, if you guys want me to just throw grenadiers in there next time, because that would be considered the 7th troop unlock, so to say. And starting off in stage 1, nothing hard. 28 riflemen, like it matters. Stage 1 is nothing, you know, could have just bartered it down, but we decided we were going to put all the riflemen out there. I like this challenge because it tests a odd troop combination that I feel like I see somewhat often in the game, especially people that try to take me on, which is just a conglomerate of troops. Just no rhyme or reason, throwing in tanks with heavies, with Zookas, with laser rangers, with bombardiers, maybe a Scorcher goes in there, maybe mechs go in there. Just all kinds of weird combinations that I've seen in the past, so I figured why not give it a try ourselves and see, is this combination really that great that people like to use it that much, or is it just a boredom thing? And as you can see, Dr. T has a little bit of a makeover that is, of course, due to the Halloween coming up, which is a great, what's the word I'm looking for? Transition, although I don't know if that's the right word. But it's a great transition into, of course, the 2 Mega Crabs we're having. If you guys have been living under a rock or maybe don't know, Mega Crab is 2 weeks in a row, starting this weekend on October 20th, I believe, until October 22nd, and then there will be one for the Halloween weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Might be a couple days before. Either way, it's the Beast Mega Crab this weekend, and then the Halloween Mega Crab the following weekend. So if you are looking to upgrades, do all kinds of amazing things with your base, definitely time to jump in the game. And as usual, you know we're going to be streaming all of the Mega Crab shenanigans, going for hopefully our Beast Mega Crab Diamond Trophy and our Halloween Mega Crab Diamond Trophy. So stay tuned for that. In saying that also, warships will be taking 2 weeks off, so stay tuned for non-warships content, which we absolutely love on this channel anyway, and hopefully some other variety type stuff. Of course, Among Us is going to be in there as well. A new map coming out next week on the 24th, so expect some streams on that, showing off the new map with, of course, the amazing Boom Beach folks, and Miss, or should I say, Uncle Op Destroy. So stay tuned for that. And as always, the only way we know how to, a shameless shout out. If you guys are enjoying the silly challenge videos and want to see more challenges, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, it is free after all, and turn on those bell notifications for all of the shenanigans. And comment on the videos. What kind of challenges do you want to see? What kind of goofiness do you want to see? The videos coming out are going to be all kinds of weird, wonky stuff. The only thing that doesn't make sense is all medics attack, because I don't know what the point of that it would be, but we could give it a go. It'll be like a 1-minute video, but why not? Excuse me, 4 stages in, bringing out the Warriors, which will be considered our tank troop pretty much for the rest of this now, until they die, because they're the closest link to most defenses, with the exception of defenses that have like dead zones, so machine guns, critter launchers, all that good shenanigans. I'd say this challenge wasn't crazy. We did do a little bit of additional stuff with the attack, even after we beat Dr. T. So stay tuned for that to see how we kind of make this hopefully work against real players. So, like I said, I by no means recommend odd troop combinations. They're what we consider, I guess, meta troop combinations. That reminds me, we plan on doing some type of tier list video, so stay tuned for that, which will just talk about some random troop combinations and probably the more well-known ones, such as Hookah, Ruka, you know, Bombardiers, Heavies, all Scorchers, all Zukas, Warriors, Smoky Warriors, all that good stuff, so stay tuned for that. Those are kind of the combinations that I feel like work the best. There's just specific ones that are really good. When you conglomerate all your troops, just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Not to say it can't work. If you're a good player, anything will work, to be honest. So, stage 5, bringing in our tanks are, of course, a troop that we load because it teaches bad habits, but we might as well throw it in there because it is the 5th troop. Yeah, I guess troop that is unlocked in the game. So, if you guys are enjoying the variety content, or better off, the sussy content, be sure to tune in tonight. By the time this video is out, I will probably be streaming. I am doing a, what is it, Wednesday sussy session with some of the amazing Boom Beach community, as well as some new faces that we haven't seen before. If you guys don't live under a rock, well, you know what, I won't spoil it. Come watch the stream, you'll see who's playing. I'm not spoiling nothing, you guys gotta come watch it, of course. Feel free to check that out. Also, I'm going to probably post some type of poll on the channel about a co-op game between me and the missus, or for me and the missus, for us to play together. So, if you guys are wanting to see certain co-op games, comment that as well. Maybe I can put it on the poll and we can check it out. Mind you, we are a little bit, we're a little, what's the word I'm looking for? We're restricted. I can't play like hardcore PC games that require like a whole lot of computing power, and that's strictly because I cannot stream and play the games at the same time. So mobile games, perhaps, Switch games, maybe a PlayStation game, something along those lines. Something simple that I can play on a other device while streaming with my computer is what I'm particularly looking for. So if you guys have ideas, feel free to comment or let me know. Message me, private message me, whatever the case is. We're going to look at doing that at some point. Sometime over the next either week or two, so stay tuned for that. In stage 6 here, adding medics, which in my opinion is also another kind of pointless troop. They're nice for, I guess, mass inserting combinations like RZCM, something like that. Or my personal favorite, HLCM. That's Heavy, Laser Rangers, Cryoneers, and Medics. But generally speaking, they're not that great. I definitely don't put them on really any of my troop combinations anymore, even on my alt accounts, so. But that is 6 stages down, no problem using all these wonky troops. Mind you, with these combinations, we are going to lose some troops. They are weird, they are wonky, but we make it work, of course, because that's who we are. As the only casual player out there, just kidding. But even as a casual player, showing you that you can make anything work out if you just put your mind to it. This stage is definitely the most difficult stage. Of course, it's stage 7, but lots of rocket launchers, lots of junk, and just a super crowded area this time around. So, and without having some type of collateral damage, this stage was definitely a harder stage to beat, but we'll see if we can figure it out. This is, of course, the stage, as I had said in the beginning. We will be using a Bomba, which, like I said, is not the 7th troop unlocked, but we decided to give ourselves a little freebie, and we will be using Kaban, so if you want to be technical about it, it's technically 8 boosts, so I'm a cheater, I guess, but I don't really know if I consider a hero necessarily a troop in that sense, or an extra boat. Their whole purpose is kind of just to do their little extra abilities and stuff like that. It's almost like a glorified gunboat ability, just there's a person there. So we do have medics anyway that are doing the healing, so is Kaban really doing that much besides simply reviving some dead troops? I don't know, you be the judge of that. Let me know in the comments, do you think I overkilled it by allowing Kaban and Bombas? Maybe one, maybe the other, maybe neither. Maybe you guys want to see me struggle on these challenges. But as you can see, it is already a struggle, even with this combination. We're losing troops like crazy. There's so much to break through. this stage would be a piece of cake for Laser Rangers. They would just tear through it, but we decided Laser Rangers were probably just a little bit too overpowered. Not to say that Bombas aren't, but that collateral damage, I think, goes a very long way, so that's why we chose to do Bombas, because no collateral, just single target damage. Still requires us to put some type of thought in our attacks, but you know how it goes. I will say, I didn't think the challenge would be so hard. I actually recorded this challenge 2 different times on last week's Dr. T Tropical and Dr. T's Volcano Island. Didn't have nearly as much of a struggle as I did on this video, so I thought that was kind of interesting to see. It just goes to show, Dr. T, even though it's not the hardest thing, does have variations of hardness, so some stages feel like, oh wow, anybody can do this, or any, relatively low level can do this, and other stages it's like, we're definitely not getting that, bud, so we'll see how this stage 7 does against my level 20 account. So this is of course my main account, my HQ24, that will very soon, probably by next week's time, be an HQ25. That's right, folks. After, what is it, 10 months? It's like 8 or 9 months of playing, we have reached, or we're about to reach, the max HQ in this game, one of our accounts. Just an insane journey. I might do a little compilation from as much video recording as I have. Clearly I didn't get like the earliest stages because I wasn't making content at that time, but I'd like to capture some of like the earlier stuff that I recorded and some of my, I guess, milestones, some of my cooler things that I've achieved on the main account once I hit HQ25, so stay tuned for that. Here we are, we're going to take on some player bases. Now, on here we did decide to add the Laser Rangers. Like I said, just one boat. We're still doing the conglomerate of different troops. No 2 boats are the same, and we are using Dr. Kavan. So we're seeing if we can pull off the weird stuff that we see other players pull on us by just using all kinds of different troops. Of course, all kinds of different movement speeds, attack ranges, damages, health, all that stuff. So it worked fine. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't like an end-all be-all meta strat, but it worked, you know? If you can kind of manage your GBE and stuff like that, it definitely is possible for it to happen. I will say this attack wasn't super duper hard. And I think they even had maybe a little bit of ice. Yeah, they had some ice on the base, but overall not terrible. Mind you, we did lose quite a few of our troops. You can see all of our heavies, all of our riflemen, all of our warriors, and just about all of our Zukas are dead. So it's not to say that you won't lose troops, so. But it works. It does the job, to say the least. This stage, I think, was the one that gave us a little bit of a hard time. We'll see. Where I honestly wasn't sure how it would end. Mind you, any stage that doesn't have, or I should say any player that doesn't have prototypes automatically becomes easier. So seeing that this person has prototypes, damage amp, grappler, and CMO, definitely gonna make it harder. Of course, the grappler's just taking troops right out of the thing. CMOs are killing those low-level troops, or low-health troops, I mean. And then the damage amplifier just making those RLs tear my troops up. And of course, because we are a casual pleb, we forgot to deploy Kavan until later on. So there we go, finally deploying Kavan. So if he was out, it might be a slightly different story, but this started off to looking very wonky, to say the least. So, but I do think we managed to pull it off. I guess we'll kind of find out together, because I kind of forgot what happens here, but I know it doesn't look like much because we are down to our last couple tanks, Kavan being dead, and one Bomba left. Not a whole lot, but honestly, how much more do you really need to take down a player base? 2 of our tanks looking real low. One goes down. Another one's super duper low. Ooh, and that one goes down. So now we are currently down to 1 tank, 1 bombardier, and 4 medics. Nothing but a dream trying to make it happen here. Can we make it work? You speed it up a little bit just because we're not sure what's going to happen, and I don't feel like wasting your guys' time that much, so we're clearly speeding through just to see if we can make it happen. And that Bomba is doing work on that headquarters right now. When I tell you, the little Bomba, the little tank that could, they got the job done. And boom, there goes that player base. Branny, you had a good defense, but guess what? It's over. And as always, I am the resident dweller of the underworld, the casual player's player, the David to Max player's Goliath, Dark Anubis. Catch y'all next time. Peace.